Hey everyone, welcome back. So I filmed part of this video a long time ago. It is currently May. I filmed it back in, I believe it was the end of January, beginning of February, because I planned to do a monthly update of my power sheets. Well, life being what it is, that is not happening, so I thought I would do kind of a review of the first quarter and how that went. And yes, I know it's May, and we're like halfway through second quarter, but I figured there's no harm in looking back and just kind of showing you how I'm doing on goals and that sort of thing. So kind of as a reminder of where I am for this year, my 2019 goals are to establish habits that support a healthy life, create a home that fosters rest and connection, to love others better, to complete a comprehensive financial review and update my goals. At work, I want to update current policies, procedures, and supporting documents, and then revamp the lease renewal timeline and workflow. As far as my YouTube, Etsy, social media sort of thing, I want to grow my side hustle and community and provide positive, valuable information and resources to my community. As far as my volunteer work goes, I want to fulfill my industry obligations and provide my expertise to help improve the industry and the association, and also any other organization that I am involved in. And then on a spiritual side, to deepen my relationship with God. So I believe I've already done a review of January. I'm going to insert that here. And when it is done, I will actually come back and talk about February. So, full disclosure, it's not actually quite the end of January yet. I still have like another 4 or 5 days. It's the Saturday before the 31st, but I wanted to kind of give you an update as to where I am. And I did not actually go through and fill out all of my sleep and 10-minute tidy information, to be honest. I think I've mentioned before, I'm kind of horrible at trackers. So full disclosure, I actually probably have gotten more. Well, okay, take that back. I got Emma somewhere in here, so I probably have not gotten that 7 or more hours of sleep, so anywhere in there. But I've been trying at least, which is what these squares were, where I got in bed in time to get 7 hours, but because of her getting up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I just didn't make it to 7. And then 10-minute tidies, I definitely have more than just, what, 6, but I have not filled those in. So maybe I should put that for my goal for next month, is to get better at filling that out. Weekly action items. I will be posting another YouTube video that I recorded on my February planner update and monthly plan with me. That will be coming out soon, so I'll be able to check that off. And then this is actually where I've spent most of my time and focus. So I did get a new accounting team member hired, thankfully. I have not done any work on creating a declutter list. Most of my home time has been spent with the new puppy and doing all the puppyish things with her and making sure she stays out of trouble and all of that. I do feel like I have a decent handle on what my responsibilities as treasurer are going to be. I have a few things that I'm kind of just waiting on, like to hear that I'm good to go as far as being a check signer, that sort of thing, but I know kind of what the schedule is on that. And then as far as my reporting responsibilities, what those are. Completing Cambridge tax prep, I do anticipate that I will be done by the end of January. This is what I'm hitting this week to make sure I get it finished. I've set my personal budget. I kind of left my goals as is. I do want to meet with my husband and try and set a family budget goal, see if there's anything we want to change as far as trips go or anything like that. And I still have, I think I have maybe 1 or 2 videos in February to plan, and then I need to plan March's videos for my editorial calendar. So I'm kind of did pretty decent this month, considering that getting a puppy really just disrupts your entire life and schedule and everything like that. I'm not complaining, trust me. I'm very happy and excited to have her, but definitely kind of rearranged my priorities and my schedule and everything like that. So this is what we're looking for. So this is what we're looking like for February. So I did bring forward the creating a declutter list of specific areas to work on. So that will probably show up in my bullet journal someplace as a collection. And if that thought surprises you, go back and watch my previous video, my February planner update, because I have completely revised exactly what it is that I'm doing as far as planners go. I want to document the lease renewal workflow. We have gotten rid of one of the computer programs that we were using, so we are now all in on one of them. and they have made some changes on their lease renewal function. So I need to go in and figure out exactly what those changes are and how we're going to use them. I need to create our lease renewal schedule. Some of them, the ones that are on a lease and renew at a certain point, those will be easy. It's all the people that have not renewed in a long time or renew at times of the year where we don't want them to renew that we have to kind of figure out. And then finally, I want to schedule monthly dinners with my mom/family. As far as weekly action items go, I want to continue filming and posting YouTube videos. I'm hoping at least once a week. At least twice a month. That's, I think, my ultimate goal. And then I signed up for the Vlog Like a Boss Masterclass last year. I think I've watched one lesson. Some of it I already was familiar with, but then I discovered that I couldn't just skip forward to the stuff that was new, which was a little frustrating, so I just kind of stopped. So my goal is to complete at least one lesson each week in February. I think there are more lessons than I would be able to complete if I just did one per week for just February, but I at least want to start there and start getting through a lot of these courses that I signed up for. And then I'm keeping adequate sleep and 10-minute tidy on my daily action items and habits. Mainly the 10-minute tidy is my February habit of putting things away when I am done with them. It sounds very simple, but a lot of times I feel like I'm just lazy and I just kind of set them at the closest spot. So I feel like if I can establish this habit early of putting things away when I'm done with them, then it will be easier when I get things decluttered to keep them that way. So this is what February is looking like. All right, so February, this is my tending list. So my encouraging words were love and be loved, and my top priority was to document the lease renewal workflow at the office. I needed or wanted to create a declutter list of specific areas that I wanted to work on. This was related to the house. I did get that finished. I did get the lease renewal workflow documented mostly. Now that I'm actually using the lease renewal function in the software, it really needs some work, but it's not work that I can do. I've submitted my feedback. It's not very efficient, let's just put it that way. Creating the lease renewal schedule, that got migrated because I was actually waiting on my business partner. Schedule monthly dinner with mom. We did that, and I was going to try and do it ahead, but we're just doing it 1 month at a time. I think it's working out better because we can sit down kind of middle of the month prior and ask kind of what's everybody's schedule. So usually we schedule something and stuff comes up, we have to move it anyway. I also needed to smog and register my car. I got that done as well. Personal tax prep. I hate doing tax prep. And I have to do it twice. I have to do it for the company, and then I have to do it for myself. So by the time I get to my personal stuff, I really don't want to do it. I got a lot of it done in February, but I did not finish it. Actually, I say a lot. I got a lot of it done in March. I started on it. I think I just gathered papers together in February. I posted YouTube videos, not much at all. And I was going to try and work through my Vlog Like a Boss lessons. That didn't happen either. I did much better on sleep. Still not so good on the 10-minute tidy, although I'm probably being hard on myself for that. All right, I really don't do these month in review pages all the time. But let's look at March. So this will be the end of Q1. My encouraging words were, those who dwell among the beauties and mysteries of the earth are never alone or weary of life. My top priority for March was stress management, resting, and recharge. I actually had quite a bit of travel this month, so yay. I was gone quite a bit, and right around this time is when my mother-in-law had her stroke, so on top of the travel I already had scheduled, I had additional travel that I needed to do. I did get most of my credit card balances paid off. I did not do any savings goals or sewing plans. And I did get a monthly family dinner scheduled for April, which coincided with my sister's birthday. So, 2 birds with 1 stone. Exercising 3 times a week, that only happened once. I didn't do any YouTube. Well, I think I actually did post a YouTube video in March. Maybe. I may not have. Other than that, I thought I would try for 4 or less cheat meals per week. I marked that down once. And then I decided that wasn't a direction that I wanted to try and go in. Sleep, I did pretty well on. 10-minute tidy, well, you know, I actually was traveling in here also. And then I did want to try and get refocused in on quiet time. This was when we moved into Lent, and I wanted to be very conscious about that. And I do think I actually did the quiet time during this time. I just don't think I actually marked it down. So this was the spring section. It's kind of the thing you go through once you have finished your first quarter. They were talking about clearing the clutter, and they talk about internet clutter, physical clutter, heart, and decision, and then a social media statement. And to be honest, I think I actually stole this from somebody. They had put, and I actually really liked this, social media is for connecting with faraway friends, making real life plans, getting inspiration, and giving inspiration. And I put that, I think I added, and getting and giving encouragement. It is not to avoid being present or to procrastinate. And I am the type of person that rather than just sit there and be bored and look around and talk to other people, I will pull out my phone. So I'm trying to be better about that. This is also a chance when you kind of evaluate how things are going. Aside from health, I'm about an 8. Things are going fairly well. I think I could improve. And then I actually didn't do any goal changes. I just kept them the way that they were. I left the Cambridge one blank because I think my business partner was going to work on the current employee, like manuals and stuff. So I wasn't sure if that was something she was going to take over or if we were going to tag team that. And at this point in time, the lease renewal things was all up in the air. And I was just not going to, to worry about it. So sneak peek ahead to April, I did start working on lease renewals again, and I got the first set done. So that was good, and so I actually should probably go ahead and write the same goals I had back in here again. So that's kind of where I ended up with the first quarter. Kept the same goals. They were actually working well for me. The one thing I will say, let me find my phone. If you watched my last video, I talked about how half of my life is on my phone, it seems like, and half of it is in paper. I wanted to mention the app that I'm using for tracking my eating, and it's not like it's a general tracker, and you'll see what I mean. It's called ATE, A-T-E, and basically all you do is very simple. You're supposed to take pictures. Sometimes I'm better about that than others. Let me see if I can find a day where I have more pictures than not. It's been a while. We'll call it good here. Oh, here's a day that has all pictures. So essentially take a picture of what you ate, and then you say, was it on path according to what my goals are, or was it off path? So my goal is to eat better. Now, they try not to dictate to you what your goal is or what that means to you. So for me, it's a subjective thing every single day. Did I eat better on path or did I not? So it allows me to kind of figure out how I'm doing. I will tell you that the last few weeks have been not on path. I'm trying to be 80%. I've been hovering around 65 or 70, which I suppose is fine. Usually I'm eating 3 meals a day, so that just means that, or 3 or 4 meals a day. So I should be eating more on path than off. And if I have 1 meal a day that is off path, that really lowers my percentage. So if you're interested in something that's a little more, I know like paleo, they say not to actually track calories or macros or anything if you're not like doing something specific for health reasons. I think this is a good option. I like it because I don't have to sit there and weigh and measure and all that sort of thing of my food. If I'm trying to eat more whole foods, drink more water, eat more vegetables and fruits, and be healthy about not eating out and fried foods, that sort of thing, that fits in really well. That fits in really well with how I can track that without having to track it to the nth degree. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful for somebody, but that's kind of been what I've been working on as far as my health goals. If I want to be really nice to myself, I could track, on my habit tracker, the fact that I have checked in all my meals for that day. And I may actually add that. That's a good idea. Good idea. Anyway, yeah. All right. So I will check back in July-ish once quarter 2 is done. So you can just kind of see how things have gone for quarter 2. But that is how my power sheets have gone this year. I thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe for more planner and planning and organization goodness, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!